Welcome to Monster Train 2. I am Rogue Dubs. Today we are playing as the Underlegion with Bolette the Guillotine as their primary champion. Our allied clan will be the Pyreborn, but the alternate of Pyreborn. Once you reach level 5, which is each of the clans, you're going to get an alternate champion and then an alternate starting card. So I've chosen the Bloated Whelp here with ability Indigestion, where he sacrifices himself. We're going to hope to find the Harvest keyword for Bolette, so that way we'll get harvest triggers off of this guy doing an indigestion on the enemies. We're using the Life Mother's Pyre. You unlock different pyres as you move through, which is awesome, and they have different effects. This one allows us to copy cards, which I think is really strong. We're playing on Covenant rank 4. We did level up a little bit of our Covenant rank, so we have stronger enemies, random cards in our starting deck, additional enemies, merchant rerolls cost more, and purge costs more, and the bosses have increased attack and health, and the non-flying boss have an additional mechanic. So it's getting pretty hazy out there, but we're going to do our best. If you wanted to see that those Covenant rank ascensions, or as we climb through Covenant rank and then move on to the next challenge, be sure you're subscribed at twitch.tv/roguedubs. That's where I go live and where I make some progress without being able to upload it to YouTube. Here on YouTube, would love if you subscribe so you don't miss any Monster Train 2 content or anything else we have coming down the pipe here. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Make sure you like the video so I know you like it and want to see more. Let me know in the comments what you think of Monster Train 2. And thank you so much for watching. We're going to go ahead and depart. All right. So I'm going to move my camera first. All right, so let's take a look at this random cards we got. Our boss for Seraph, he enchants units with rage, so that's that's tough. We can deal with it though. We got the Gooey Flask. It adds sap 2 to enemy units, which is pretty good. It reduces their attacks. That actually counters this if we can time this correctly. We got the Snotty Whelp. His ability, Gelly Sneeze. Deal 1 damage, apply Pyrogel 10 to the front of the unit. That's really strong. And we got a Greed Dragon. So this thing gets plus 10 attack, plus 10 health for every Dragon Horde that you have. So we'll try to see if we can find some Dragon Horde synergies as we move through here, or just remove him. I mean, he may not work, and we'll just remove him. That's also fine. All right, so we have a card. When a card with Consume is played, deal 30 damage to the far enemy unit of the train. We already have some Consume with the Gooey Flasks, so that's kind of cool. At start of turn, friendly units gain +5 and +5. They are the only friendly unit on the floor. That is unlikely to be used by us. We're going to take Trader's Quill instead. With this particular clan combination, we are not likely to use that. I did not get the Harvest trigger. We'll take the Rally instead. Rally meaning when a unit is summoned, he gains +1 permanently. Bolette does, so that's nice. Draw -1 each turn is workable. It's tough, but we can make it work. All right, so Bolette will go here. The Greed Dragon will put on floor 2, and then we'll slap the final Shield Steward at the top. Alright, so if I were to play this, we would just defeat this enemy right away. But we kind of want to scale the... Yeah, we want to scale our rally with Bolette. So we're going to do it like this. We're going to summon the Bloated Whelp and then trigger his ability. And that does big damage to everybody. Great. I'll put the Spear Steward at the top behind the Shield Steward, just in case we need him. So our idea here is we're going to scale the rally with this. Every time you summon a little fun guy, so I didn't really explain this, so the fun guys is what comes out when you spawn, and it is spawned, they're summoned at the front of the floor, and then they add on top of each other and increase their attack by 3 attack and 4 health. And every time you lose a troop stack, you lose some of your health. So every 4 health he loses, he'll lose some attack as well. The Gelly Sneeze has been defeated. That is alright. We will play our Bloated Whelp here for next turn. We do 30 damage to the front unit with a Consume card. Let's put the Bloated Whelp down and just destroy this guy so he doesn't give us another card. That's preferable to me. Okay. We're going to play Indigestion first. We will... We're just gonna scale the rally as much as we can at this point. Play the Whelp, and then Gelly Sneeze, and then do another spawn. He's not taking very much damage at all, which is not good. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, this is a tough plan to make work. I mean, I just think it is. Period. Alright, so the Spear Steward being in the back, I think gives us the most damage. Yeah. And then we'll play some spawns up front. We get an additional attack. A couple additional attacks. With that. Would love to get the Pyrogel. I don't have that this run. That's fine. That's fine. The Sap. The Sap is great. So every sap, they lose 2 attack per stack, so he'll lose 4 attack when we play this. We also get 30 damage. We are close. That gets it. Perfect. Okay, so pretty tight, but we're going to get the bonus gold, which is great. Let's see what we got for our rewards here. Decay 15. Propagate 2. So Propagate increments buffs on friendlies and debuffs on enemies. So thinking about that, we don't have anything aside from Sap that would help with this. Rot is pretty good because it applies 15 decay, which is 45 damage. Unit takes 3 damage per stack at the end of each turn, decreases every turn. This is effectively 60 damage, but it applies at the end of the turn. Let's take Rot. I think we need some help with just general stuff. And we're going to grab the Fireball as well. Explosive, excessive damage applied to enemy units. I love Lava Flow too, but we really need directed damage. That's always been my issue so far playing with Underlegion. I would like to get some kind of like Pyrogel synergy so the indigestions do more damage. So I'm gonna go this way for the Pyroborn unit. I got Magma Cultist, that's perfect. Although Guildmonger potentially makes our Greed Dragon work if we got Endless on it. Gain 1 Dragon Horde per extinguish. Let's do that. We may just reroll to try to find the endless. I think it's that important. Let's Smidge Stone the Greed Dragon to start. That's too strong. I'm gonna. If I reroll, I won't have enough gold to buy. It's okay. I'm nearly positive that the Smidge Stone is just as good. We could duplicate Guildmonger. Is he a 2 cost? He's a 1 cost. Let's do that. Let's duplicate Guildmonger. And we'll put him on the bottom floor. Save our gold up a little bit here. -1 energy per turn. We would not be able to play our Decay if we took that, or our Rot, that is. I think it's too bad. Yeah, because this guy's gonna destroy us if we take this. I think we just don't have enough 0 cost strong cards. All right, so the Guildmongers are each gonna go at the bottom here. We're gonna save playing our Greed Dragon until we have Dragon Horde from these guys passing away. Bolette will go here, and we're gonna save the rest because we're gonna try to play the Greed Dragon at the top floor for our finisher. We will play the Whelps here because we can destroy them once they move up a floor. Again, we have no directed damage. That's the big issue we're having. Like, the Shield Steers need to come out of the deck now with this setup. Okay. We'll do a spawn up here just to get this money. We will do a double indigestion. We're going to play the Snotty Whelp in the back and then do his ability to add Pyre Gel, and that will defeat him. Very good. We will do a Bloated Whelp back here and do that to remove the healing from the healer on the back line. The Guildmongers thing about them is they're very they're actually pretty tanky at the start, at least. We found our Rot. That's kind of annoying. Let's go ahead and play the Bloated Whelp and then sacrifice, and then we'll double spawn here to increment the rally. Every time we summon someone, we get +1 attack permanently on Bolette. So the idea being the Bolette would be behind the Greed Dragon. We put the Greed Dragon out first, and then he will kill the bosses. We're losing Guildmonger here. That's perfectly fine. We could put a Bloated Whelp down here to kill the healer. I think I will do that. Yeah, he's passing away anyway. I'm not really sure why. Like, what makes him... Oh, he takes 20 damage at the end of each combat. That's why. Applying the sap would not work because it would decrement it until before they get up here. Yeah, we're just gonna chill. And you know what? No, we're gonna put the Pyre Gel on him. I don't know what I was thinking with the Snotty Whelp as well. All right. Alright, so we got 2 Dragon Horde. We're going to keep our Dragon Horde because of the Greed Dragon. Let's go ahead and apply more Pyre Gel. We're going to do the sap, of course. And we're going to spawn some more. Not enough to get rid of the Legion boss, but we're getting there. Drawing Greed Dragon would be perfect. We did, in fact, draw him, so he'll get +10. Yeah, we can't play this and the Explosive, but I think that will be really good. It does, in fact, kill him, so great. We're good. Nice. Although he's holding the eggs, the Greed Dragon, that's great. Okay. We got some summon or some shroom cards here. Summon, apply sap 3 to enemy units. This guy gives him rage. If I had endless on that, that would be great. The green recruit is like a double, basically, but we don't really have space right now for that. Like, we don't want to apply sap on the bottom floor because we want them to be... we want them to defeat our... Guildmongers. Maybe Loam Coat. Gain Regen 1, Propagate 2. I'm going to take Loam Coat and put it on Bolette. Deal 5 damage, Slay, gain 1 Dragon Horde. Let's take that. We're going to save our Dragon Horde. We may never play it, honestly. Equipments and rooms is interesting. But I think buffing our spells may be more valuable. I'm gonna go this way. We'll take the unit first. Rally, apply sap 1 to enemy units. Like, a second rally is really tough for me to be sold on. It does directly counter the boss. I think we do it. If I take Cluster Kernel and I have him in the... Okay. That's what we do. We're going to take Cluster Kernel, and him being on the same line as Bolette is ideal. And we'll take the space increase, which I think is typical for this clan. So we get a spell in the event here, Celestial Alcove. Legendary Dog of Bone. We had this guy on our first run. We can either get the Dog Bone Pendant, where our pyre is restored 25% health if it reaches 0. We can adopt the Bone Dog. Let's do it. Let's adopt the Bone Dog. We'll put him probably near the top floors so that he can get the Celebrate active. Okay, so Holdover is really strong, typically. Let's see. If I did -1 on Rot, and I did Holdover, that seems really, really good to me, potentially. Like, being able to play that every single turn on the flying bosses, I think, is nuts. Plus 10 magic power we'll put on Golden Touch, just to give us a little bit more oomph to try to take out people. Alright, let's go. Archeon pushing attack units to the back is rough for us, but not too bad. We can play our Greed Dragon at this point, but I think I'm not going to. We're going to continue playing our Guildmongers at the bottom to get more Dragon Horde. Bolette will go here. Maybe Cluster Kernel as well. No, because I want to be able to play the Gelly Sneezes and stuff somewhere. The Whelps. Like, is it too greedy to wait? I think it's fine. Let's put Cluster Kernel here. I think he'll be fine. Of course, he starts out on the top. All right, so we have our Holdover Rot already. Let's put the... Yeah, we don't care about this floor at all. Let's do the Whelp here to take the hit. I probably should have done the... yeah, let's rewind. The Spear Steward makes more sense because we don't want to see the Spear Steward at all later. We're gonna apply the Rot. I think this is gonna be crazy. Cool. We're gonna put Bone Dog up at the top, so that when he'll be at the celebration, most likely. Okay. Do I have the damage to deal with this stuff? Not particularly. I think we just keep doing this though, because it's too good. We'll spawn. Get a rally trigger. Nice, we got a Dragon Horde. Alright. We're going to slay you. We lose the holdover, but I think it's just correct. Play the whelp and just not get rid of him because we don't want to lose Bolette this early. Okay. This is good. It's working out. May not look like that yet, but it is. I'm happy with this. Okay. So what I could do is Snotty Whelp and Gelly Sneeze. I'm gonna do that in the front. And get rid of him. And then, can I even save? I can save. If I play both of them, I can save. Cool. So we gain 4 health per spawn. Okay, took 2 damage so far. That's all right. We do have a damage problem for sure. The amount of rot that the Archeon has is really good, though. So if I do Loam Coat, I gain 20 health, and that would keep Bolette alive. Like, I just don't, like, Bolette seems like they're just very difficult to make work. Okay, more Dragon Horde. Getting the Greed Dragon would be great. Did not get him. It's okay. We will do a... I need to play... Let's just play the Shield Steward. I can't. He doesn't fit. So... Whelp. You. And then... I guess we'll just play the Bloated Whelp as well. I can actually get the guy in the back. Let's go ahead and do that. Cool. Alright. Didn't look up there, but one guy's getting through. It's okay. Alright. Greed Dragon. Greed Dragon. That makes it very good. We're going to do spawn for more rally. Okay. Got something going here, I think. We're taking damage, but not too bad. Spawn 3, apply armor to fun guy equal to 4x troop. Very interesting. Because it will, like, the top line cluster kernel mushrooms are going crazy. I think I might do that. I want to put the Magma Cultist down as well to apply Pyrogel. Prickly Puffball is incredible. We already have our front line established on the bottom floor. Do we? Yeah. Decay 5 is it applies once. That's the issue with Prickly Puffball, is that it applies once. I'm gonna do Magma Cultist and can't apply Pyrogel 1. And we're gonna take the space, like we said. We're saving our Dragon Horde. We're probably not gonna spend the Dragon Horde at all, to be honest with you. If I got like a crazy amount of synergies that let me like buff it up really quickly, that would be what I would do, but... Okay, I have almost no gold. We're gonna go that way. An equipment. Swift Steel Dagger granting quick on Greed Dragon is awesome. Gain gold when a unit dies. Is also really good. I like this too much. Swift Steel Dagger on the Greed Dragon is incredible. I think we kind of don't need to worry about the Endless anymore on Guildmonger. It is good though. I'm gonna do it. Reduce size to 1. Let's do that for Cluster Kernel, because we have a lot of like units that we want to put down. Regen 10. We'll put on Greed Dragon, because he'll be on the front line. We will duplicate. I think honestly the Greed Dragon. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I saw that the Bone Dog... Okay, so I guess he has to be on the floor where you defeat the boss for him to be buffed. It's pretty tough. Harvest, gain regen, and rage 1. We're gonna take that. Because that was the whole idea of having the whelps. So I really like that. Multi-strike. The issue here is that these guys get damage shield, as I recall. We want to be able to destroy this thing early. The Misshapen Fiend. I think I can do it. I'm gonna try it. I think it's gonna be fine. So we're gonna put the Endless Guildmonger in the front, and the other one in the back. Bolette will go here. I think we put down the Magma... No, Cluster Kernel has to go up top. Yeah. Actually, he should have gone on the same floor as Bolette. It's okay. We will put the Greed Dragon in front of Bolette. At least one of them. And we'll start spawning up here as well for more rally triggers. Like, this I think is going to be really good for bosses, specifically. I think we just leave this floor alone. Do I play this just to, yeah. I'm gonna play it just to increment rally and harvest. I'll put the Bone Dog at the top. I kind of think he's a waste at this point. We'll put the Swift Steel Dagger on... Yeah, I want to have it on the Greed Dragon. We won't play this. It's not relevant. Oh, that guy has enchant where he goes up a floor. Okay, Endless here. We have our holdover Decay. I'm going to play that on you. Get the money. Cool. We definitely want to take energy after Kael. We're up to 7 Dragon Horde. That's great. Try to increase our max if we can. Endless here. I'm going to play the Rot on you. Yeah. We got a good thing going here. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. We'll play our rot here to keep it going in the in the holdover slot, in other words. Maybe play a shield steward in front here because these guys do 10 damage, so at least that's something. Okay. We'll do our holdover rot on this guy in the back just to kind of help us as we move forward here. We'll put the snotty whelp down up here. Yeah, cool. I think Bone Dog may have to come out because I can't guarantee what floor it'll end on right now. Sap is pretty brutal, huh? Alright, we're going to Gelly Sneeze to start, see where that leaves us. Pretty good. I think a Rot's going to help a lot here. Yeah, almost dead. This is better. This is more health, more attacks we would get. Yeah, that ends it. Cool. Wow. These turns take a while because of all the sap and regen we're getting. Propagate would be good at this point, I believe. Alright. Deal 10 damage, slay, spawn 2. Is good. It's a low-cost card. Consume, deal 20 damage and apply decay 10 to all units. Is good for our bottom floor with the Guildmongers. And I think dealing 20 damage to all units is so strong. I'm going to take it. Putting a Mind Cage on one of our Snotty Whelps would be really nice. I think it's good enough to take it. We're going to save our Dragon Horde, as always. Herzl's Artifact is what we're going to go for, I think. This is buffing units, though. We have so many units. We gotta buff our units, I think. And removing cards is too good. Alright, let's see what equipment we have. Multi-strike 1, extinguish, purge this unit from the deck. I don't think so. Overgrowth Carapace on Cluster Kernel by himself at the top, I think is correct. I'm going to take that. We're going to remove... I think we're going to remove the Bone Dog if we can. Is he unpurgeable? He is not. So we were gonna... he's 0 cost. I kind of think that the bloated whelps are not really helping too much. They're triggering rally and... yeah, okay. I'm thinking a lot about this. It's probably too much, but it's okay. Cool. Okay. Reduce size to 1. No. We need to get the stewards out of our deck. Quick and plus 10. I don't think so. I want to put 20 health on the Magma Cultist. Regen. These are kind of bad. I'm gonna reroll. Okay, a large stone on Cluster Kernel is right because he already has Smidge Stone on. Multi-strike 1. Man, nothing really popping for that. Maybe we put Avarice on somebody. I'll put it on the non-endless Guildmonger. All right, let's leave. I could purge one of the Spear Stewards. Let's do that. All right. A battle with a foe awaits us. Here's the guy. This is the guy everybody talks about being super tough. He gains. It's because he gains reanimate 6 after each combat. Because this guy's so hard, I'm not going to do the Mark of Invasion. I think Mark of Invasion is pretty tough for us. Let's think about the possibility of having Cluster Kernel in front of Bolette. I think it's a possibility that's so good, we're going to keep it. We're going to actually make it happen. We're going to put the Cluster Kernel in front of Bolette. And we're going to put our... The Guildmongers at this point, they don't matter as much. Let's put a big Greed Dragon at the bottom. Yeah. 100 attack, 115 health. Okay. Yeah, we put both of them at the bottom. Yeah. And then we just, like, spam spawning stuff up here. Yeah, that seems really good. Maybe we just cut the Guildmongers and we just commit to not using our Dragon Horde at all. We'll put the Snotty Whelp in the back and we'll put a Mind Cage on. Yep. And then we're just gonna go ahead and like increment Rally and Harvest for Bolette. Like 1 damage doesn't make a difference. I want to get the... Okay. I'm looking for the, this guy, the Magma Cultist, to be on the bottom floor at some point. Overgrowth Carapace. We will do the Rot on you. And we're going to do our... We don't need to do the ability, so we won't do it. Play a spawn. Cool. Like, the mushroom is getting big. He's getting very big up there. We'll apply quick to you. Save us on some damage. Yeah, we need energy for sure. After Kyle, we need energy. We actually have so much space that we have too much. I want this to be held over. So we'll play the Bloated Whelp. And then we'll hit it with the Rot. Cool. Alright. We're going to apply the Decay to you, and now you're deceased. That's how that works. Gelly Sneeze, Spawn. Cool. Good deal. Because the Rot keeps ticking every time he goes to 1 health, he gets rotted to 0 every time. That's why that works so well. It increments his reanimate twice. That's good. Defeats him twice per turn, in other words. Because he responds with only 1 health, so. Propagate 1 room. Sap 3 to enemy units at the end of combat. We take that. Pyrogel 10 and deal 10 damage to enemy units. I like that. You save it. Alright, Kyle is next. What would make us the most powerful for Kyle? I believe it might be 1 key artifact from here. We could buff spells, but I think we'd only really reduce the cost of certain spells. Which, don't get me wrong, is good. I think it's actually good enough to do. Check our event first in case we get a spell, so we can buff that spell. That's why we do this first. Okay, I got this from the other day. You come across a strange inkwell portal rippling in liquid ink. 2 mysterious figures stand before it. This world is certainly unrefined, Bib. That just means we can give it our signature touch, Ben. They exchange a knowing glance. Several vestiges emerge from the portal, each pulsating with an unfamiliar energy. You take one of the vestiges. This might be a reference to another game that I don't know. Which might be embarrassing, the game, if I don't know the game. But anyway, okay. Clipstranium. Friendly units gain Conduit 1 on Slay, which increases magic power. Quilling Catcher. At the end of the entire battle, gain 100 gold. Entire battle meaning what? Nim's Oath. Start of turn, apply Dazed 1 to the front enemy unit on a random floor. Dazed is so good. I'm gonna do Dazed. As you take one of the vestiges, you realize that they carry a power that is not of this world. Look up to the two figures. They give you a wink. May the ink guide your journey. Definitely a reference to a game. Not sure what game, though. And it's probably embarrassing that I don't know the game. There's a few games I haven't played, so let me know in the comments what game it is if you don't mind, and I'll try not to be embarrassed. Okay, Intrinsic and -1. Maybe Pox. No, it's consumed. Fireball. Remove consume on Gooey Flask. No. Yeah, Gooey Flask. -1 cost on Dragon's Breath. +10 magic power on the Intrinsic Fireball, I believe. Pox being -1 is kind of good. I'll do Fireball. All right. Go ahead and leave. Yeah, we're gonna save our money. A little bit of money, anyway. All right, these cherubs grant lifesteal 1 to enemy units. We will try to prevent that from taking place. So our bottom floor had greed dragons. That was incorrect. Because we have to play Cluster Kernel. And then we'll play 1 greed dragon. Cool. That's how that works. For now. It'll be better soon. Okay. 22 damage on Cluster Kernel, I'm okay with. I think I'm gonna move past this floor. Let's do Pyreball here. Where's he getting 10 regen from? I'm not sure. Okay. We will do the Swift Steel Dagger. Only 3 more damage. Let's put the Guildmonger down. Get rid of him. Cool. $10 decay to all units. I could probably do it, to be honest. Let's put the Snotty Whelp in up here to start with, and then do that. This is good enough. Let's do it. Yeah, okay. These guys get Titan Skin, so it's important to try to remove them if I can. Okay, Golden Touch. I can play Mind Cage on Snotty Whelp. I'll do that. We'll get the Slay here. Okay. Lifesteal and damage shield, that's just so brutal. Yeah. Really brutal. If I do Gelly Sneeze in the front and then apply Pyrogel, that does defeat him. So we're going to do that. We'll do Gelly Sneeze once again here. I didn't have to do that, actually. I'm going to redo. I want to save that Gelly Sneeze. It's important. Trust me. Here and here. Overgrowth Carapace will go on to Cluster Kernel. The size is not an issue at all. We need to keep that in mind because of all the Smidge Stones that we've taken. We have the ability to take a lot more units if we can find them. Alright, so Greed Dragon in the front. He gets a 10 regen from his own traits. That's so silly. Alright, we're going to apply Sap 3 on this floor once after combat's over. Here. I don't think I played this guy one time. That'll change though. Once we have the extra energy, that will change. We're very heavy on our deck. Our deck is very, very heavy. We have a ton of cards in our deck. Let's do a Guildmonger. I'm gonna apply the Rot here. Reduce some damage. The Gelly Sneeze doesn't matter because he's gonna die anyway. So applying the dealing 1 damage doesn't really do anything. All right, cool. I think all of our floors are good, which is nice. It feels like all of our floors are good anyway. Let's increment some rally triggers, at least one. And then we're going to put the Rot on you. Okay. Okay. Come on down, Kyle. Alright. These floors are all fine. Let's go ahead and do the Rot holdover on Kyle. And then, let's see. We might get another damage tick out of it if we put, or a couple if we put, no, he has 25 attack. Let's just increment Rally and Regen. Cool. The good news is we're going to get the Gelly Sneeze's ability on Kyle here. He is dazed. We will Gelly Sneeze him. I should have done this. I should have done this first. Let's rewind in case it matters. I'm not sure that it does, but let's do it anyway. We will do the Gelly Sneeze first, and then apply the Rot. And then we will put the Bloated Whelp here. That's another. Okay, so this is way more damage than if we click this button. So we will not click that button. I think Pox is not how this run went. Having Pox, there's a few cards in the deck that went in different directions than I think this run really intended to go. Wow, he has 50 health, huh? What does this do? Like, spawn 3, apply to 4x troop. It makes them incredibly strong. Good to know. Nice. I think Cluster Kernel being by himself at the top is just really strong. Transfer all Pyrogel. We don't apply enough Pyrogel to take Death Roar, I don't think. This is a skip, I'm pretty sure. We could propagate the Harvest the Regen and Rage on Bolette. Let's go ahead and take that. I think it's good enough. We're taking energy. We are saving our Dragon Horde. Okay. Merchant of Steel. I think our units are fully buffed, pretty much. Besides our whelps. Magma Cultist could use a buff, I guess. Although I'm kind of upset that I even have him. Let's go this way. Alright. Grow Room. A second Swift Steel's Dagger is really good for our Greed Dragons. Alright, so we have Holdover once again. Holdover and Intrinsic. So let's think about what we would want for that. I like having a Holdover Gooey Flask. Intrinsic on a free, on a one-cost Dragon's Breath Intrinsic is a good way to start. Plus 10 magic power on Golden Touch. Remove costs -2, 1 consume. Duplicate who? I could duplicate Cluster Kernel and have 2 of them at the top. Let's do that. We'll have a gigantic mushroom at the top. Rally +1 attack and +1 health permanently, or 2 regen and 3 range and 3 rage. I think this is better. We gotta remember to increment it though, is the thing. Non-boss, you just restore health. We're not gonna take that. This boss is what kept killing me when I was trying this on stream last night. I just didn't have enough damage for him. So we're gonna put Bolette here. And I think having the 2 Cluster Kernels at the top is the best way to really make this pop. We're gonna throw another, we're gonna throw a Greed Dragon down at the bottom. Alright, already dazed, very good. Of course, we have that effect. Dragon's Breath here is really strong. We have the Held Over Rot. Okay, we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna play a Dragon Breath first. And then we're going to play the Pyre Ball here. And then we'll do the Rot. Okay. In turn. Yeah, that's really strong. Because how much troop does he have up there? 8. Yeah, he's already incredibly strong. He's going to gain 32 health per... Does this... Yeah, that's crazy. This would double it again. I don't need that, though. We're going to increment our Rally and Harvest on Bolette. We'll do that as often as we can. We'll apply the Quick to Greed Dragon. We will use our Holdover Rot here. Cool. I think this is strong enough to win. Okay. We're going to do our Rally and Harvest. This dude has so much health, huh? That's just crazy. Gooey Flask here. Rot. Cool. I love how it double plays their voice lines. So cute. I'd like to get Grow Room. Did not draw Grow Room. Okay. This is an issue. How much health this guy has is such a problem. Like, we can't even kill this one up here. We'll do Gooey Flask. And we'll do the Sap here, just to get rid of this one. Try to save our Pyre health. While those build up. We're gonna have a ton of those little chimes, which is really annoying. Gosh, that's so bad. Pirate takes 2 damage, 5 damage. Wow. I hate that. I really do. I don't draw enough cards. That's my biggest issue, is drawing cards. Okay. I think we gotta play this. No, we can't. Gotta finish you off. This is tough. I'm so glad I didn't take the thing that makes them heal. Are we already dead? Not yet. 2 of them, huh? Jeez. Just brutal, man. Alright, we need some help up here. We're gonna go Greed Dragon here. Man, I can't get through this guy. That's the problem. So 120 plus 25 is 146. We need to do the damage to you, which is so bad. Because then all these guys do damage. So 8, 16, 21 damage going to the pyre. And then this guy's going to live 4 times. 4 times 8 is 24. So we'll live as long as we kill this guy. But it could be better if we destroyed him first, I think. Like, if I do this, he takes more damage, and we take 1 less hit, I think, on the pyre. Like, our other floors, we just can't even think about them. I mean, and this guy has so much attack. Like, this is the boss that kills this run every time. It's so difficult. I can't quite figure out what it is about Bolette that does not work in my brain yet, but we will think about it more, and we will be back for another video. This might be it, actually. Etch is what? When a card is consumed on this floor. So you need to play consume cards. This is by far the hardest. This is a big ramp up in difficulty as far as piloting the Underlegion. Yeah, but that being said, we'll go ahead and call it here. Thanks for watching the Monster Train video. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did, and we will see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.